I both have the song. Sorry. I was drinking Dr. Pepper earlier, and it went down the wrong pipe. So I've been doing this for the past half hour. I am not hoarse. I simply can't drink without, things happening. That sounds bad, taken out of context. Also, I have the song 6 stuck in my head. From 6 the musical. It's really, really catchy. So, that's all. Anyways, how are you all doing? We are doing The Witcher. Why are we doing The Witcher? Let's get into that soon, but first let's catch up on chat. It has been far, far, far too long. Zeke Messenger, new shelves. Yes, actually, now that I think about it, you would have found out about that in tomorrow's Top 100, because the first Top 100 film with the new shelves is going up tomorrow. But I realize now by doing this out of order, sorry, by doing this out of order, I might get some water in a second, we'll see. I don't know if that will help. Does that help? Whatever. By doing this out of order, you get to see the shelves early, I guess. All 28 of you who are currently here. Let's catch up on chat and then go through things. Oh man, I feel the thumbnail is prone for dirty jokes. How? 1 second. There's nothing. Oh, the title. It doesn't say how long will The Witcher last. How long can The Witcher last? No. Wait, no, actually. How long, I think the thumbnail says will, and the title says how long can The Witcher last. But The Witcher says how long can The Witcher Legacy Endgame last, because there's more space for that. So, I guess if you have that kind of mind, it's prone for dirty jokes. So, Meg, my mind didn't naturally go there, but now it is. Yes, exactly. When was the last Chaos Stream? 2024? Oh, the last Chaos Stream was a long time ago. I don't know when the last Chaos Stream was. I'd love to bring them back, but the problem with the Chaos Stream is they're chaos. And I like plan and order and all those things. But we'll see what we can do. It would be nice to do this more often. I really like the idea of just going live. Hey, shh, go back to sleep. You're all good. I do like the idea of going live at random times. 10 p.m. is not that crazy. Are the trophy cards added to the all-in pledge? Yes, I believe they say specifically in the update that they are. I'll have to get my phone in a second so I can both do this. And maybe my computer. My computer might be better. Let's get my computer. We'll do that in a second. Too long, we should actually do a holiday game show. That could be fun. Just dropping to say hi. Hello, J Designs. Press Meg. I'm committing to some regular streaming on my channel for 2026. All gameplays, but it should be fun. Let me know when you're streaming, Meg, and I'm there. The cat looks very relaxed. This cat is relaxed, and so is this cat that you can't see. This cat's also relaxed. In fact, the reason I'm sitting on this chair and not this chair, and the reason there's a chair on the shot, is because I have 2 cats that are very relaxed. Yeah, they're talking about you, Cal. That's right. Nat, a board game live stream. Nature is healing. The last one was in September, so let's get some regularity before we say nature is healing. Well, new shelves, yes. Hello, everyone. Nat, what time is it where you are? I'm actually going to poll for when's good for most people, so stay tuned, but I'll need to do it in your round, Swebme. Swebme, 10 p.m. Oh, it's 10 p.m.? Oh, where are you, Nat? Where are you currently? 10 a.m. There we go. Okay, what time is it even? Love this is still an empty chair stream. It's not empty. Cal's over here. I guess I said that after. Message retracted from Nat, Professor Meg, first retracted message of the night. Oh my gosh. I just backed it, I don't know why. To be part of history, which we'll get to in a second. If I already have The Witcher Old World, I'm not getting the new one, right? If you're being financially responsible, absolutely. I prefer The Witcher Old World personally, with the caveat that I only played the first game of a Legacy game, and the first game of a Legacy game is usually a taste of how things can get better. So ask me again after I've played the whole thing, or even a handful of games. One play in, I prefer Old World to Legacy, but I do enjoy Legacy. Ranjakar, hi Alex, did you back it? And what were you picking up? I did not back it. I assume they will send me a copy, but I like to be very transparent when I back something, when I would back something, but they're sending me a copy, and when I wouldn't back something, but they're sending me a copy. I think that I wouldn't back this. I haven't even looked at the campaign page. I have not looked at the campaign page. I should do that first. But it depends on the price. Because I enjoyed it, but I enjoy The Witcher Old World more, and I'm in this phase where I'm cutting down on games as much as possible because I have so many amazing games to play. So I'm more restrictive about what I spend money on. I do spend money on stuff. I just bought a bunch of games. But I try to be more restrictive And based on the first play, it's like, I guess the question how much it costs. That's the main question. I want to take a look at that. I haven't even looked. Zing, what can we do a live 2 back and not to back with Witcher Legacy? It might still be going tomorrow, but no. This whole week is dedicated to the top 100, so no. What is your first impression rating for Zombicide White Death? First impression rating? This is hard. It's based on one play. After one play, a 3.5. I don't like the new system as much as the old systems. I do want to give it more plays. I assume it will get higher than a 3.5, but it's right now, as of right now, if you ask me if I'm keeping Zombicide White Death, the answer is a hard no. But that's one play in, and I need to give it a proper play. So I'm disappointed that we didn't get a live stream of the shelves being built. You did not get a live stream, but you do have a time lapse coming. I'm not done yet. You can't see this all in the shot. There's a lot. You will have a time lapse that is probably going to be about an hour long, I'm guessing, by the time I'm done. Maybe 45 minutes. Probably about 45 minutes to an hour. And the time lapse is significantly longer than that. I have a lot of positive things to say about these shelves. A lot of positive things. Although they all come with a disclaimer that all players are channel sponsors, so take that with a grain of salt. But if you're looking for some of the things that are not positive, the amount of time it takes to build these, relative to a Calyx, it is a lot. Now, there's a reason for that. We'll get into that in later videos. But there's a full time lapse coming. I debated doing a live stream. I find that when I'm doing things like building furniture that I haven't built before, doing a live stream around them, and honestly, even today, this Chaos stream, I debated whether to make it about The Witcher or about to make it about me assembling shelves. Because I could do the assembling shelves. The problem is, A, it's very boring, and B, 90% of the time you're going to hear the electronic screwdriver going zzzz, 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 zzzz. Poor guy. I think I'm throwing him off. No. I'm sorry. Come back here, you little monster. Okay. I was just working on my electronic screwdriver noises. Nice sound effects. Thank you. Where are we? Look at that freaking sleeping baby. Okay. Kitty's getting so big. When did that happen? They keep growing up. It's insane. Do you want to go down here? You can go down. Just stay close by because I like you. Good. Would you have backed Everdell Emberland if not sent you a copy? No, absolutely not. I like Everdell Emberland. I really, genuinely like it. I like it just as much as Silverfrost. I keep saying that. Spire Crystal for Silverfrost. I like it just as much as Silverfrost. I like it just as much as Far Away, Far Shore, dear Lord. I like it just as much as the original. The problem is I have all of those. So why should I spend whatever the price of it is for the deluxe collectors, whatever? Why should I spend $80? Or I don't know. I haven't looked at the campaign. But why should I spend that much to get a game that I like just as much as others? If it was different enough, it would be a different story, and I do want a copy. I'm happy they're sending me a copy, but I wouldn't back it because I have other games at this point. With Far Shore, it's different. Far Shore, I think I would have gotten it. But once you have as many as they do, I just don't need to keep spending money on the same thing, even if it's small iterations. So, I don't know what Alex is feeding them, but Calcifer's a giant, too. I bet he likes the size of an adult human. Calcifer is down here. He is a giant. Mogget is starting to go through his growth spurt finally. It's a little later than Cal's was, but he is definitely going through it. Elfie is tiny still. Elfie is still tiny, but we'll see how long it lasts. Oh, what do you want? Thanks for the response, Alex. I too enjoyed... I'm sorry. I too enjoyed Old World. I decided to back the Old World Moss Pack to add the Monster to my Old World game, and the dice I didn't have last time. Fluffy Kitty looks so sweet. Nice sound effects. What game are you most excited about in 2026? I'm sorry. Dear Lord. I don't know. I'd have to take a look at what's coming in 2026. I don't know offhand. I will be doing a video of top 10 games I'm excited about in 2026, but I haven't done the research on that yet, so I don't know offhand. Did you finally get Legend Academy? Are you going to try to play it? I have gotten it. I have heard it's a mess. I will be trying to play it. When I played the prototype, my feedback at the time was, I love it. It's broken as anything, but I love it. The problem with reviewing prototypes is that ideally, the things that are broken will get fixed, which was my goal. My hope is that it gets fixed. If they didn't fix it, then it's basically a fun prototype. And I still had fun with it. I loved it as a prototype. I'm happy to have it. Even if I had the prototype, I'd be happy to have that. But, yeah, I have heard the same thing. Why is the next game always the best? It's not. The next game is not always the best. There are some great games that are amazing that are not the next game. Nat, Elfie needs to stay tiny forever, but hopefully not feral. I want it to be the healthiest. If I could get wait, who's Elfie? Oh, is Elohim your favorite? Elohim is a different kind of. That's Hebrew for God. So about me, Elfie. Elfie is, guys, be quiet. Shh, don't listen. Elfie is my favorite. The way she looks at you is like she has this face and it's cute. I love you too, Margaret. You're a great cuddler. And Cal, you're just a freaking noble prince. But yeah, so much Witcher. Meg, hey. Okay, let's go to The Witcher. Let me get my computer because this is what I want to do. Give me a second here. My computer is somewhere. The question is if I can figure out where somewhere is. Because it's not here. It's not there. I know I had it. Oh, there it is. I got my computer. The next question that's just as important is whether my computer has a charge. Oops. Okay. Nope, no charge. So, yeah, I worried about that. Give me a second. I do have a cord. Just one more step. Bum 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 bum. Okay. Well, I sort of have a charge, but I don't know if I'll be able to get far enough. Alright, well, maybe I'll do my phone. Give me a second here. Dun 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 dun. Because my cord goes this far. Oh, that's far enough. We can do this. Okay, so I won't do my phone. I'll do the computer. Chair stream. I refuse to ever stay on topic in stream chat. It'll never happen. I am very aware, by the way, that when I say there's a topic to the stream, later after the streams, I'll get people coming in who are watching because of the topic, who come in the next day and they're like, "What? This was not about anything to do with that." And I'm like, "I'm sorry. That's why it's theoretically called Chaos Stream, except I didn't actually warn you it's called Chaos Stream, so this is on me." I want to play The Witcher Legacy with you and Meg seems not too realistic. I mean, I would say playing a Legacy game with us is less realistic, but if you want to come down and play The Witcher Old World, I don't care. In theory, I don't care. It depends on when and scheduling and all those things, but like I do play games with people all the time, so I'm open to that. A Legacy game, though, that's a commitment. That's a commitment. Nothing personal. I just don't know you well enough yet. And a Legacy game, playing 8 games, I usually try to play Legacy games as my core gaming group. Since we have never met in person. Yes, that's, again, a Legacy game is just a quick jump up to the top over there. Dear Lord, it's just Dr. Pepper down the wrong pipe. That's all it is. Okay, you want to type or you want to freeze up on me? Freeze up on me it is. Got it. Okay, game found. Great. Alpha Nova, come to level up. Absolutely, although we will not be playing The Witcher Legacy there. I'll play games with you. Margaret, stop looking your butt on stream. I mean, if I do that, I have to charge more for that. Best party game recommendations for Christmas family gaming for around 7 people. I don't know. That's not the topic here. But one second. It's not a Q&A technically, but I'll still try to answer. Best party game recommendations for Christmas family gaming for around 7+ people. I mean, there's a lot. Codenames works. What's it called? Blob Party. Go with Blob Party, okay? There's a lot of answers. I'm just going to give you one. Blob Party is a good one. Level Up is the best. Hoping I can be there for the next one. Hope so as well. Ian. Hello, Alex. Or Ian. Not Alex. Ian. Alex, are you on top messages? Oh, crud. I think I am. No, I'm on live chat. What did I miss? Did I miss something? No, I'm on live chat. I don't think I'm on top messages. No, I am on top messages. Whoops. All messages. Whoopsie daisy. What did I miss? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what I missed, but I did switch it now. They changed where the button is. It's been so long since I streamed. How would I know anything? Where's Level Up? In New Jersey. Based on that, I would probably like Cal the most. I like the ones that play hard to get. Cal, I like all of them a lot, and I do go back and forth between which one is my favorite at different points. But just like I have a favorite child, and I go back and forth at different points, I also have a favorite cat, and that favorite cat is currently Elfie. But it goes back and forth, and some of it's changing based on how they change, too. Like, Cal today is very different than Cal when he was a kitten, so, yeah. Flip 7 is great for families. I would not do Flip 7 with 7. That's too many for me. Flip 7 is like 4 or 5. I can do 6 maybe. 7 is just way too much. Good evening, Alex. Question for you on Everdell Veteran. What's the best Everdell overall and to own as a newbie? To own as a newbie, I like Far Shore a lot to own as a newbie. Overall, Everdell plus, Meg timeline with 7 people is too many in my opinion. It's too many. Anyways, let's go to Witcher Legacy. So, why am I doing this? Why are we doing this Witcher Legacy thing over here? GameFound's really got to fix something. You know what they got to fix? And also, disclaimer, I work for GameFound. Just to be clear here, I'm CMO of GameFound, so, and I will be talking with Witcher Legacy, and I'll be talking about why I actually titled the stream the way I did, and what the reason, my motivation for going live. Well, part of my motivation is I haven't gone live since September, and at first I was debating doing my top 10, like the 10 through 1 live, but scheduling wise it won't work out. So unfortunately you can't get that one live, which means I have to do a live video at some point before the year's over. Maybe we'll do more of them. Maybe we'll do more. So here's the thing that GameFound does that's kind of messed up. If you look at the homepage has a countdown timer for Endgame, and it counts down further than the actual campaign is. But like if you click through to the campaign, it's like, oh yeah, there's 9 minutes left. But on the homepage, it'll count down. So the homepage will be like 3 minutes left, 3 minutes and 17 seconds. And then you click in, and it's like 9 minutes left. There are different like reset clocks as far as your cash goes and all that, which makes it not as much fun. I don't think anything missed, just making sure. Thank you for making sure. Biggest crowdfunding game of 2025. Yes, The Witcher Legacy. Let's talk with The Witcher Legacy, okay? Maybe I'll timestamp this later so people know that they have to go 20 minutes into the stream. Oh, dear Lord. This is a 10 o'clock stream, right? It's 10:24 right now. So, I felt the homepage didn't refresh at all. Yeah, the homepage is definitely weird. It's a weird time to find you live. That's correct. Okay, The Witcher Legacy. The Witcher Legacy from Go On Board is the biggest board game campaign in 2025. Period, full stop, as far as I know. But more than that, it actually has a chance of getting to the highest crowdfunding campaign, highest board game campaign of all time. Because currently, that title goes to Kingdom Death Monster? No, Frosthaven, right? Frosthaven Kickstarter. Frosthaven Kickstarter. This is a very unlikely. This is like, I'd say 10% chance, but 10% is not crazy. Frosthaven ended at 12,960,8. Okay, 12,960,8. So now we're going to go US dollars to euro, because The Witcher is in euro, which is an important distinction. And 12,960,8, if I copied and pasted, which I didn't, 12,969. 12,969,808. All right. Is that how much it is? Wow. 12,969,608. Yeah. All right. The Witcher Legacy would have to reach... Okay, it's further out of reach than I thought. Never mind. It would have to reach 11 million euro. It would have to reach 11 million euro, basically. Okay? So if The Witcher Legacy can hit 11 million euro, then it will be... Yeah, that's too far out of reach. That's not going to happen. Why did I think it was 10 million? Maybe I thought it was 10.5? I was so excited. It's less likely. It's still possible. Don't say it's not happening. Don't say it's not happening. Anything's possible. But The Witcher Legacy, Nemesis Retaliation has the record for what? No, that's on GameFound. On GameFound, Nemesis Retaliation is the highest campaign. But I'm looking at overall too. Although, honestly, I'll take the highest crowdfunding campaign in general. I would love that. Meaning on GameFound. I would take the highest one on GameFound too. Because Nemesis Retaliation, if I can type, Nemesis Retaliation over here, Awakened Realms. We're going to go to their funding total, go to the original campaign, because it's at 21 million now, but that's including late pledges. It's not a fair comparison. And we have 12,183. Oh, that's why. It's a big difference. 12,183. That's why I thought it was much. 12,183. So yeah, it'd have to be 10,379,000 euro. That's what it'd have to be. So 10,379,000 euro is 1.4 million euro away from where it is now, which would mean it would have to have the record for the highest endgame that we've seen to date. That's what it would have to have. It would have to have the record for the highest endgame we've seen to date by a factor of like 3. I think Agricola had the highest amount, or was it below the Asylum? I don't remember offhand which one had the highest. Not the highest, not the longest, but the highest. So this one currently, they're at 325,000 euro in endgame so far, and it just started, and they're giving out... Maga, can you please stop playing with things by the controlling board? They're in their update. They're like, we're gonna give out an extra thing for every day we're in Endgame. So I don't know how optimistic they are, but I'd say they're pretty optimistic that Endgame will last a while. The funny thing about Endgame is because of the nature of how the timer resets every 10 minutes, it could be all over the place. It could be a campaign that's really popular and it happens to be you have a 10-minute window where nobody backs 18 hours in, or it could be 4 days later and it's still going. I don't know which one it is, but personally I'm excited. I'm excited because I like records. I like fun, exciting things. I like the idea of having the highest endgame. I like the idea of having the longest endgame. I like the idea of it being the highest funding campaign on GameFound. I like even more the idea of it being the highest funded board game of all time. All of those are tricky things to hit. So we shall see. I will say, who said 6-7, Meg? Who said 6-7? I will say that, I shouldn't say this. I'll say it. It is what it is. There's not too many people here. There is a campaign coming next year that I think has the possibility of being the highest funded board game of all time. But possibility is the key word. But I also, The Witcher Legacy is exceeding my own expectations for it. My internal estimate for it was $6 million. I will never tell you secret information that I shouldn't tell you. Like, I won't tell you what, like, go on board wire or any of those things. But, like, I do a lot of the internal estimates for a GameFound. I do all the internal estimates for how campaigns are going to do. And I pegged this one at $6 million. And I am very happy with the exceeding estimates. I think we should do a live holiday game show between Christmas and New Year's. Sure. Hot streak at 7. Okay. Never established as a record. I back Witcher Legacy Standard Edition. Worry the passive dimension might losing the respect of the people in my town. Any thoughts? What respect of what people in your town? It's a legacy game. Don't get the miniatures. Legacy game with miniatures is like the worst, like the unnecessary. Unnecessary. It'd be awesome to see a new record breaker if it's possible. It'd be a great indicator of the board game market thriving at a time when nothing else is. Yeah, the board game market, crowdfunding is down from last year. I only have this up till December because December's not over yet, so I didn't do the full year. But crowdfunding, I want to say last year, across all the platforms, GameFound, Kickstarter, and BackKit, I want to say it was at 300 million euro up till but not including December. Okay, and this year it's at 240. Was it? It was either 260 or 240, but it's down 20%. So whatever the math on that is, but it's down. The tabletop crowdfunding is down 20% from last year. Now GameFound is up, but GameFound is constantly seeking out new business and still growing. But as a genre, as an industry, tabletop crowdfunding is certainly down, which is not surprising when you consider tariffs and more company closures and CMON and all those things. It makes sense that that confidence in crowdfunding is certainly gone, plus tighter wallets. You know, you're paying more for your milk and eggs and your money's stretched a little further here and there. People spend less money on games. That all makes sense. Zrebby, who is backing the campaign in the last 10 minutes? So according to this, there are 4,726 people who have helped extend Endgame by 6 hours and 39 minutes, of which 326,000 euro has been raised in Endgame. But that comes with a big qualifier. The way Endgame works on GameFound is that the clock resets. So it doesn't add 10 minutes, it resets. So if you back something at 8 minutes, it goes back up to 10. If you back at 2 minutes, it goes back up to 10. Hey, Cal. Showing up when you exist. So, the way it works, though, is you can extend Endgame by adding to your pledge or by backing. Although there's a limit that each backer can only do so once. So if I add something to my pledge, and then I add something else, it doesn't matter. Only the first time counts. There's a limit that every backer can only reset Endgame once, and you have to do so by backing or adding. So companies have started to be clever about this and gamify it. So The Witcher, for example, what they did is they added a pin. What they did is they added a pin. It's a cute pin that says, like, The Witcher Legacy Endgame Backer. For €3, you can get this pin, which, by the way, €3 in the pin market is not a bad price. I wouldn't pay that because I don't care about pins. But I've seen people pay €15 for pins, $15 for pins, so €3 is not bad. But basically, and also it's not just a pin, it's a pin you couldn't have gotten to the campaign. You can't get it after the campaign. You can only ever get this pin if you get it in the time that Endgame is, which at this rate might be several days, but nonetheless, that's a good idea. I think they were clever about it. And that means from their 25,000 backers, there are 4,729 people who bought either the pin or are new backers, because there are new backers. Because that's the tricky part. If you do the math on 4,729 backers at €3 per pin, that's only what? 15,000 euro? And yet they have 326,000 euro in endgame funding. So the math's not mathing. It means there are people who are fully backing the campaign or possibly bumping up from whatever to all in. The math ain't mathing if you just think people are getting the pin. People are getting a lot more. More people jump up to the all-in because they released another trophy thingy. They're like, here's this other thing. By the way, it's included in the all-in. So now that all-in deal just got a little better. A little better. Not by a lot, but like, I could spend a few bucks and get this trophy pack, which is not necessary. It's a cute little fun thing when you kill a monster. Or, there's no real gameplay to it. It's a card. It's a trophy. Or you can just get the all-in. So, they're doing well. Less likely anyone new is backing it, and just people looking to get the pin or late add-ons boosting. Morgan, I think it's going to be a mix. There always are actual new backers. Again, 325,000. What's the math on that? $325,600. That's how you measure a campaign. There's people, they're backing, they're not gonna play it, but they'll be so excited when it arrives. Times like this, I probably shouldn't tell people on CMO of Game Found. Nobody clip this and put this on the internet. It's $68 per backer. $68 is the average per backer as of right now in Endgame funding. Okay, so the average backer is contributing $68, which the average Endgame backer, that's 4,700 people. Is there a tracker for longest Endgame? No, but there should be. Instead, every few months we put out a blog post being like, hey, here's the new record. Or people have to keep checking back in. There should be some stats on Endgame publicly available. But, yeah. It got down to 4 minutes at one point. We know what it is. Wait, game found. Wrong game. Hookins, what? What are you talking about? What's coming next year that I don't know about? I don't know what you're talking about now. What campaign is coming to Kickstarter next year that has the possibility of being the most funded board game of all time? Because I don't know what it is. Morgan, ooh boy, I thought this would be a video on how long the endgame feature in the game would last. We got to play Gerald Gen. No. Stephen Hall, what campaign starting next year are you thinking of? I'm not. Oh, Stephen Hall. No, wait, me? What? No. I'm not telling you. I can't tell you. That's secret information. I can't tell you that. What campaign games that are already out would you say have the best story? Judging by story alone. Icefaring Guard. I am biased because I'm also the soundtrack is part of it, but the investment into the soundtrack and everything else, I think it has possibly the best story I've seen. That's the most invested I've been in what's happening. Too late musical clip. Indeed. Okay, one second. Let me pull this back up over here. Okay, where? I lost it. View channel. Pull back up. Okay. Oh, switch back to top messages. Go back to live chat. All messages. There we go. What about The Witcher Through the Ages? The Witcher. Oh, The Witcher Through the Ages would be great. The Witcher Through the Ages would be absolutely great. But yeah, so The Witcher Legacy. 9,000,010 so far. I am curious how long. I haven't really looked at the campaign. Let's take a look at the pledges over here. Not that you're going to see it because I'm just looking at my end over here. I'm not doing a computer thing. The all-in is €359 for a legacy game, which is insane. I don't know if there's replayable stuff. The core game standard edition is €109. Yeah, that's a reasonable conversation. But I haven't looked at the whole campaign. I don't know a lot about what's been added over here. What's the stretch goals? Endgame notice board. New monsters, endgame scenario companions, dwarves. There's a lot of things being added. There's 82 stretch goals. New character, Yennefer, adding Yennefer. They always do that stuff. They always add the fan favorites because they know it gets you to back it. Quality upgrades, metal tokens, new bombs. Again, I have so much less. I'd have to really do a deep dive on this, which I have not taken the time to do. I have to do a real deep dive on the campaign to see what's here, and is it worth spending that much money on a legacy game? Because again, it's a legacy game. That's the key things. There's a lot of legacy games out there, and the more expensive a legacy game is, you can't resell it down the road, you can't trade it, you can't replay them. Even when they say they're replayable, what they really mean is we are technically replayable, but nobody on planet Earth actually does, at least yet. And I don't mean nobody on planet Earth, that's extreme. The vast majority of people do not replay the legacy games. Become a Witcher, Epic campaign, all that. The add-ons, the pins, nothing too crazy here. Standard versus deluxe, gameplay, content summary, backer first program. What's the backer first program? What's that? I haven't seen that. Our backers first retail second program. When you back a Go On Board game, you're getting it. All copies are produced at the same time. Our retail partners could collect their stock no sooner than 6 weeks after all crowdfunding containers have left the factory. This waiting period, okay. It basically sounds like they're saying we really, really make sure that backers get their games first, which used to be the default, and then over time it did not. And part of the reason it stopped becoming the default is from a logistics standpoint. From a logistics standpoint, it is more difficult to ensure that people get their games at separate times, because you make all the games at once. Why wouldn't you? And so literally just delaying shipping, in order to make sure backers get their games first, you, the company, have to incur additional costs in order to make sure backers get their game first. Which sometimes those things are necessary if you're trying to give people a reason to back. But it feels inefficient. It's like, hey, we're going to artificially pay storage fees or logistics fees or produce them second and just so other people get their games first. It does not make sense logically, But it also, the flip side of that is if you don't give people a reason to back, then you're not giving people a reason to back. The Witcher Old World is only a 7.9 on BGG. I feel it's a shame. I like that game a lot. I mean, 7.9 is a high rating, but like, I wish it was over that 8 mark. There's something cool about seeing that green 8 on BGG when it crosses that line. Anything below that green number just feels like a waste of time. I'm exaggerating, obviously, but I like the Witcher Old World a lot. The Witcher Path of Destiny is good. Tekken's surprisingly fun. Cyberpunk's pretty good, but Cyberpunk is awesome. The Witcher Path of Destiny and Tekken are both fun to play games. Okay, that's the campaign page. Great, back to chat. In all seriousness, hopefully they add the voiced app. I don't need it, but it might push it over the edge for a lot more people. Can you chime in on the far lower total for Waking Realms Dragon Eclipse sequel? I'm backing to get D, E, and G cube, but struggling to get to 1.5 million with the all announced today. I mean, what's the comment you're looking for? Can you chime in on the far lower total? So I think people just didn't care enough about it. That's the short version. Meaning, like, it happens sometimes. Dragon Eclipse is an interesting game. It is a very expensive, light game. Like, ultimately, it's a lighter game. It's not light, but it's not super heavy either. It's very charming. I like playing through it. I still have it. I kept it through the most recent purge that I made because I still want to play it more because it's got collecting dragons and it was fun. But it didn't land the same way. Also, I would wait to see exactly where it ends because how much does the original do? The original did much higher, I want to say, because the original really landed well. But I think that's because people got pulled in by the cute miniatures and all the chibi stuff, and then like over time, this campaign game fatigue. The original Dragon Eclipse did $3.6 million. This is 1.3 million euro. It will not get to the same total. It might get to $2 million, but it won't get to the same original. And I didn't think it would. I will say, again, given my own internal estimates and all that, it's definitely lower than what I hoped it would do, but not crazy low. Like this is one where it's in the range of what I would hope, but it possibly can go there. It depends on how well Endgame does. Huckins, I was looking at previous campaigns and nothing out of mine actually looks like it. Might have had the potential to break a record. Now I'm more curious. But previous campaigns, I'm looking at future campaigns. Meaning what I'm saying is, I generally know a lot of things that are coming up. A lot of things. Like the downside, this is the downside of working at GameFound, which is it used to be I didn't have behind the scenes information to the extent that I do now, which meant when I figured things out or when I guessed things, it was a lot more fun. Now, a lot of times I do know things that are coming up. I know things that are coming up this year. I know things that are coming up in 2027. I know things that are coming up in 2028. Like I know a lot. Companies have pipelines, and I am very involved with a lot of companies and what's happening. So it's tricky as far as what I can get away with saying without getting in trouble. But I think I'm comfortable saying that I believe there's at least one campaign that I'm thinking of that should launch in 2026. Things do get pushed off. And that campaign has the potential to be the highest funded board game. Potential is a very, very key word. Potential. It does not mean that I think it absolutely will. What I would say is I would be willing to take a 1-to-1 bet at, let's say, $100 that it would become the most funded board game. I'd be willing to take a 2-for-1 bet at 500, but once you're going to 500, I wouldn't do 1-for-1. Like, I'm not that confident. But 2-for-1 at 500, I would do that if you give me better odds. So it's potential. Potential is the key word. They added a lot of stories. The game is fully resettable now. Fully resettable. Interesting. That is good to know, because when I played The Witcher Legacy, it was not fully resettable. There were stickers galore. Fully resettable does change things a bit, and adding stories also helps. Again, I have not been following the campaign. ACS, Random Live. Yes, indeed. This is the most the campaign has made in the shortest amount of time. That's a very specific question. What do you mean? Like, you mean Endgame? Do you mean like, I mean, it's made $1.5 million in the past 24 hours, but campaigns, or do you mean the campaign in general? Like, what do you mean as far as, what time are you referring to? Professor Meg, you didn't resell Gloomhaven? I'm sure I did. Gloomhaven has resettable stickers. Also, most of my Gloomhaven plays were digital. I don't know if I ever got far enough in physical Gloomhaven that I was using the actual like stickers that much. But Gloomhaven is theoretically resettable. But the Witcher Legacy, at least the version you and I played, Meg, is not like here's some stickers that minorly alter things. It's like you absolutely cannot play any of it. Unless they change things. Additionally, the endgame scenario is effectively a replayable series of monster huts. Yeah, that's where, until I experience it, my experience with infinitely replayable final scenario is that no one cares. And by no one, I mean 98.7% of people don't care. There's not no one that doesn't care, but the vast majority of people that I know never replay the final replayable scenario. That doesn't mean it will never happen. It just means that it's definitely not the thing you should expect. Intrusive Moose, caught a live chat wild. Caught a live chat, wild. Caught a live chat in the wild. Caught a live chat wild. Caught a wild live chat. Something is wrong with what you said, but I don't know which thing to manually adjust. I would assume it's caught a live chat, wild. But I could be wrong. But yes, you did. What did you predict Witcher Legacy would raise? 6 million. Yeah, 6 million was my internal estimate for the Witcher Legacy. So it definitely exceeded that. Day one, I was pretty confident it would exceed it, but I put my estimates in as soon as I know about the campaign effectively, and I don't change them, because if I change them, that would defeat the point of an estimate, because a changed estimate is basically you just constantly getting closer based on how things look. So it's a locked-in estimate. But yeah, it's exceeding it. Morgan B, one more Dragon Eclipse question since you're a dad. I have an 8 and 10-year-old. Should I just stick with Dragon Eclipse or back both Dragon Eclipse and Grand Quest? I would go to Dragon Eclipse. You'd have to know yourself and your kids, but most games have far more content than you realistically need. We have an impulsive desire to get it all, and I've done full videos. I did 2 full videos, which I highly recommend, about like 10 times. It wasn't like 10, but like the times I regretted going all in and the times I did not regret going all in. And the key consistent thing was if it was more content, but you had to go through it sequentially, I almost always never finish that. If it's content that's integratable from the get-go, meaning like oh, that character and this scenario, integratable content, like things like Cthulhu Death May Die, Zombicide, all that, Marvel United, those are campaigns that I've actually benefited from the all-in. That's been the big difference for me. So, again, you have to know yourself. If you've gotten campaign games and finished them and you think you can do that here, go for it. But if you're just looking at, do you need it all, I think Dragon Eclipse on its own is probably plenty. Well, 2 things with Dragon Eclipse. One, there's a ton of errata. Some people are upset with the previous campaign. 2 people are also upset as the language edition is not fully fulfilled. That's true. Meg, is your collection balloon back up to its original size after your big culling? I will let Meg answer that. Morgan B, thanks ACS. Campaign in general. I don't know what you're saying. The campaign in general. I mean, this is... So, the way you phrase the question, ACS, is confusing to me. This is not the most funded board game campaign. It looks like it's on track to be 3rd or 4th, something like that. I think the order, if I'm not mistaken, is Frosthaven, Kingdom Death Monster, Nemesis Retaliation. I think this is number 4. I think this is the 4th highest funded. But you phrased it as, is it the most it's raised in a short amount of time, or in this amount of time? Which means you'd have to go look at those campaigns and see if those campaigns were longer. Which, if they were, then technically this would be a shorter amount of time, but I don't know if that means anything, because the mid-campaign is always kind of relatively dry compared to the start and the end. So again, I'm not... If it's the 4th highest board game campaign, possibility of going higher than that. If it beats 10.3 million euro, then it'll be the 3rd highest, and the highest on GameFound, and then it has to go to like 11 million euro for it to be the highest and 2nd highest. Like Frosthaven and KDM are within like 100k of each other. I'm rooting for it. If you're... The 62 people watching this live stream, please, all of you, go buy an all-in for 400 euro. That will bump the total by, what is that? 6,000 times 400 euro would be 2,000, $24,000. 24,000 euro. If all 64 of you go buy all-in, we can bump it up by 24,000 euro, and that'll shoot it to the moon. My ats aren't working great on my iPad, but Steven, it's bigger than ever, but I'm finally calling after Christmas. Oh. That's good to know. Westonover. By the way, huge congrats on the weight loss. Requires diligent restraint. Thank you. I appreciate it. It does absolutely require diligent restraint, but this is the easiest it has ever been. I talked about it in the video, but like, I eat tons of food, and I eat delicious food, and I love that. That's why this diet is easier than ever to stick to compared to others. The part where restraint is still absolutely required is, while I can eat a ton of food, and I can eat delicious food, if I break out of the things I'm eating, if my friends are doing takeout, I can either partake and now I'm, changing things, or I can eat my own food and be the sad person eating their own food. Neither of those are fun. If I travel and I don't have access to my food. So, it definitely requires restraint and decisions and cutting things out, but it's also, I eat so much and I eat so well. ACS. I know Nemesis Retaliation made a ton of money, but that probably was including the late pledges. I'm saying the actual live campaign. Yeah, the live campaign for Nemesis Retaliation did higher than this. When you go to Nemesis Retaliation, there's a little button that says View Original Campaign. And that bumps it from the 21 million it's at right now to the 12 million or whatever it raised. 12 million US dollars. So you have to money convert and all that. But yeah. Ryan Gilmore. Evening, Alex. Lands of Evershade ahead. Isis Vanguard 2? I'm not sure if I'm following. Lands of Evershade is ahead of what? Lands of Evershade did not raise more than Witcher Legacy. I don't think it did it? Lands of Evershade. Let's go to you and find out. And ISS Vanguard definitely did not. I mean, again, if you're looking at the... You have to be careful about how you look at it. So I'm going to go Lands of Evershade. And Lands of Evershade says $12,649,000. And then you click on the big blue button that says View Original Campaign. And now it says $7,415,000. So you cannot compare what a campaign will raise in late pledges to what a campaign raises in its window. Those are two different conversations. Thank you for answering my questions. Happy Hanukkah. Long-time casual viewer. Really respect your opinion. Especially love when Meg joins. Good night. Thank you, Morgan. I am so glad. And Meg is in chat so she can see that. I'm sure she appreciates seeing that. It's nice. It's nice to have people tell you that they like what you do, to tell you they like when you're on. Being a content creator is always fun, and there's always a variety of opinions. So it's nice to have the supportive ones. Erwinish Jerkinson's 1248. I already did. You already did what? Oh, you already backed all in. Done and all in, mission accomplished. Would Old World be worth it if I wasn't into the idea of legacy board game? I love The Witcher Old World. So, yeah, I mean, I think The Witcher Old World is great. I guess that's the answer there. I don't know if there's more of an answer to cover. But, yeah, so here's the thing. Here's where we are. I am curious how far this will go. Right, sorry, you're right about the rankings going by GameFound's all-time list. Oh, yeah, you know our GameFound's all-time list. That's a terrible, terrible thing to go by. What is the all-time list? Where is that and how do I find it? Are you just looking at the crowdfunding and just looking at the totals? By highest funded? Because that's tricky. Yeah, it is tricky because there's a lot of stuff. Crowdfunding. Now go to filters. Go to all. Funded, lay pledge, store, done. Okay, great. Apply. Sort by most funded. And we have Cyberpunk with 10 million. No, the most funded shows the... So most funded under projects just shows the totals. At least I can see. I don't even know where the all-time is. It's a good thing I don't work for them or anything. Anyways, how is the trip to Dice Tower? I enjoy the trip to the Dice Tower. I like the Dice Tower crew a lot. I have a basically almost exclusively positive things to say about almost everyone in the Dice Tower. I like them. I look up to what they've done as a channel. I think that they are the only channel. They're like there's no other content creators that do what the Dice Tower does. It's absolutely insane. It feels like I don't think there ever will be either. By the way, and ever is a strong word, but like the tabletop content creator space is so divided. I could do a whole video on this. I should do a whole video on this. I'm gonna do a whole video on this because let me do a thing. Notes to myself. Oh no, I just lost the game of Zenith. That's not fun. Dice Tower is unique. Okay, we're going to do a whole video on it. I'll tell you what I mean in a second. Who won? Whiskowills wins at Zenith? Gosh darn it, I thought I was able to pull out. Anyways, the short version is the tabletop content creation scene is subdivided into a lot of different types of content. A lot of it is sponsored content, and I do sponsored content, Dice Tower does sponsored content. No one's immune to that. Well, I mean, some people are immune to that. Most people are not immune to that. But how much of your content is sponsored content and showcase, how much of your content is actually covering the board game space, how much are you doing a video once a week that's very artsy and amazingly well done. Like, yes, I am talking shit up and sit down, but also others, like amazingly artsy and well done, but like it's providing a tremendous value, tremendous entertainment. It's a great asset to the hobby. But there's no one else that is really truly like a full-on board game coverage the way Dice Tower is. Your favorite hobbyist content creator, your favorite content creators in general, are probably not covering the vast majority of games out there. A lot of content creators you watch are just recommending content, not reviewing content. A lot of content creators you watch are primarily doing sponsored content and not really showcasing all the latest and greatest and all that. I don't think anyone does what the Dice Tower does. I don't think anyone will do in a long time what the Dice Tower does. And now I'm going to take that 1 minute and turn it into like a 10-minute tribute when they do their crowdfunding campaign, because I think that'd be fun, and I think that's a good video to do. Also, it was fun. I like, it's very cool. Swabby. So between you and me, Swabby, and the other 69 people here, I've been into board games since 2011. I've been watching the Dice Tower since 2011. It's insane to me. Like, to me, it still blows my mind that I can now, like, I can go hang out at the Dice Tower Studios. I can hang out with Tom Vassell. I can play board games with them, with him. It blows my mind. It's still, I don't think it'll ever stop being cool. I remember when I ran Board Game Co., the retail operation, my partner at the time went to Gamma. This is in 2015, maybe 2016. He went to Gamma, and he got a picture. He sent me a picture because he ran into Tom at Gamma. He sent the picture. He's like, oh my gosh, look, it's me and Tom. And I was like, oh my gosh, Tom is tall, because my partner was tall, and he was taller than my partner. And he was like so cool. Like, it's so cool that I get to like see Tom Vassell and get a picture of Tom Vassell. And like I consider Tom a friend now. That's like that will never be old for me. It's very, very cool. Like, I know I have a YouTube channel and I do all this stuff now, and like it's cool. Thanks, Morgan. Have you played Two with the new app? I assume you mean this War of Mine. No, that doesn't work. Two. What's Two? Have you played Two with the new app? The Witcher Old World. I got it. It's not at all relevant to the thing we're doing today. I have not. I did not know there was a new app for the Witcher Old World. Intrusive Moose. It was cool seeing a Dice Tower West the other year. Dice Tower West was a while ago. Consistently, I've had reasons to miss Dice Tower West for the past 3 years, and that's probably going to happen again this year because there's like 7,000 things happening in March. So we'll see. I've always been curious. What has been the percentage split between work hours between GameFound CMO and Board Game Co. YouTube channel? It's a hard question to answer because the biggest question when it comes to board game coverage is what counts as work. When I sit down and I play board games that will be covered on the channel, does that count as work? Do you count that in your work equation? Because it's certainly something I have to do. Like, I have a schedule and I'm like, oh, these campaigns are going up, so I have to play these games. These games I just got from Gen Con, so I want to cover them before they get too stale. I certainly look around me and I play games, and I play some games over other games specifically because it's for the channel. So it depends on if you count that as work. If you count playing games as work, then I certainly spend more time on Board Game Co. than I do on GameFound because I play games. All my free time is like just making it all work, but there's a lot of gameplay in there. If you don't count playing games as part of work, then I spend much more time on GameFound than I do on Board Game Co. Because if you let's just do the math for a second. So I put up on average 2 videos a day, right? So 2 videos a day. The filming, editing, timestamping of all those videos. Let's say one of them is a 20-minute review and one of them is like a 45-minute whatever. So like it's probably about an hour filming. Include this, always set up this prep and all that. So maybe an hour and a half. For 2 videos is maybe about an hour and a half of my day for the filming and all that. Let's call the editing, timestamping, and all that. Let's call that half an hour. Probably somewhere in that range. No, maybe a little bit more because timestamping is, if it's an hour of video, timestamping is on 2 times speed, so it's about half an hour there, plus whatever, so 45 minutes. So it's about 2 hours and 15 minutes a day goes towards Board Game Co. roughly. If we round up, let's call it 2.5 hours. It's 2.5 hours goes towards Board Game Co. if you are not counting the playing of games. There's probably additional stuff I'm missing out because I'm even thinking now, like, this time that I take to jot down the notes and think through what the review will be. This time, but even if you round the 2.5 hours up to 3 hours, I still spend much more time on GameFound. If you count the board games part, the playing part, then Board Game Co. is likely higher. Although you have to does it get higher? Am I playing 5 hours of board games a day? Maybe not. It's close at that point. Travis, hey Alex, you should do a whole video on Dice Tower. I think I should. Nathan, long-time watcher, first-time commenter. By the way, I'm going to wrap this up-ish in like 4 minutes because as much as I loved the fact that I'm doing a live video and I haven't done it so long, I also have a ton of things that I need to do. Again, also, fun fact. I've spent every free minute of the past 3 days assembling these shelves. Every free minute. Now, that's not every minute. Every free minute. Including lunch. Like, things like, I usually try to read while eating lunch, so I have a little bit of time to myself. Instead, I've been throwing on YouTube videos in the background, setting up my camera, doing the rapid fire, time-lapse, whatever it is. Every minute of the past 3 days has been these shelves, and I'm not done yet, because there's a lot of shelving to put up. I'm done with the part that's on camera over here. I still have the shelf over there, and one more shelf that away, which is less. This is the biggest piece by far. But point is, I have stuff to do. Long-time watcher, first-time commenter. Have you never played a Witcher of any kind? Would this be a good point to enter, or say look elsewhere? It's a hard question to answer. Like, Meg, you're in chat, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that you like The Witcher Legacy more, right? I like The Witcher Old World more, but I believe you like The Witcher Legacy more. But I also think a legacy game is a big commitment. But The Witcher Old World is not a small game either. I think either one, you're probably fine. You're probably fine either way. Professor Meg, we got to see Adam at Dice Tower, which is one of my favorite parts. Their game nights are huge. I like Adam. Adam's a prince of a human being. I've known Adam for a very long time. No one tell Adam I'm saying this. I've known Adam for a very long time. He's one of the first viewers of the channel way back when. And he's been helpful, supportive, kind, friendly, all those things. And we also share gaming tastes. The amount of new games I have found and learnt with Adam, I believe he and I played DEI together, like on TTS. We just played Recall together for the first time. Love that game. Expect a very positive review, but I do need more plays first. It's been a long time. And I like him. I like Adam. Ewa, I'm curious about Asmodee's first venture to the Zombicide IP with Deadman Tales, new evolved mechanics and such. I am very curious. Very, very, very curious what's going to happen with Deadman Tales, whatever it is. The Witcher Old World is Tuo, lol. I would like to be part of that video. It was very surreal for Mike to tell me I kept talking. Okay, press Meg. I would like to be part of that video, the Dice Tower tribute video. This must be a heartfelt tribute from me. But you can join. It was very surreal for Mike to tell me I kept taking his exact moves and form. It's a different, unique feeling playing against people you admire and also realizing you play the same way and make similar choices. Which game did that happen with? Oh, was that the networks? That happened with the networks? Stephen Halsell, how did you and Meg meet? Meg and I met playing Tidal Blades, Rise of the Enfolders, doing the prototype. Way back when. She was covering the game, I was covering the game. So this is back when I was working with Quackalope. We basically just, she came down then and we played a bunch of games together. And then from there we met at, speaking of Gamma, we met at Gamma like a month and a half later. And then later than that, after that, we started streaming together. That's like the very short version. Smooth Rivera, thanks for another awesome year, Alex. It's been since spring 2020 since I've been following it. I still really appreciate your content and banter. Thank you, Smooth. That's very sweet. Nat, Adam is an absolute gem. He is. ACS, all I want to know is if Zenith is in the top 100. ACS, I will tell you nothing at all. Nothing. Anyways, it is 11 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. This has been fun. I miss you all. I should do lives more often. We should do chaos streams more often. I think this would be fun. Meg, you don't live that far away. You can come on over. Just we'll play some games. If you show up in the next hour, I mean this. I genuinely mean this. I don't think it's going to happen, but this puts pressure on her, which I like. If you show up in the next 2 hours, I'll go live again. I'm just saying. No pressure. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Stay tuned for the top 100. They are continuing to go up throughout the week. We have the next two ready to go. We're still filming through them. We're still filming through them. The Dice Tower trip was great, but it kind of threw things off. Yeah, the network's fun. All play game. Are you trying to shill our sponsor? Shill our channel sponsor? Thank you though for shilling the channel sponsor. Also, I really need to fix this wire. This is like this wire over here. I want to grab my paint. I have a can of paint somewhere that has the right color paint for this. I just want to paint over that wire because I hate it. I hate it so much. I might do that now. I might do that now. Do I want to paint a wire right now? I think I do. Anyways. Hello?
Hello? Are you still streaming?
I am still streaming.
Well, this has to do with the top 100. You want to put me on speaker?
I'm putting you on speaker. One second. Okay, you're on speaker.
Hi, friends. So I have like a fun announcement maybe about the top 100. But I'm springing it on Alex, so let's watch his face while I say it. Alex, with the pacing of who starts the video and who ends the video, who is going to be the first person to announce their number one game?
I believe you will be the first.
I will be the first?
I believe, let me just double check, 1 second. So I did the first game in the first video, which means you did the first game in the second video, which means I did the last game in the you're going to say it first, which means I will do my number one, the very last.
Well, so Alex, I know you know this, but everyone listening might not know this about the top 100, but we are currently asking people to say what they think our number one games are. And this is up to you, Alex, but I think we should give away something cool to the first person to guess our number one games.
That's tricky. It's tricky for a variety of reasons because it incentivizes a lot of people to spam a lot of guesses, and I'd have to validate.
Okay,
I'd
sure.
have to validate whether it's one guess per person, who was the first one. Also, I don't even like. It's tricky. It's tricky. I think there's fun ways to do things like that, but that's too. It's a little too vague, I think, for me.
Okay, sure. Well, either way, I think before I announce my number one game, I will confirm if in any of the previous videos anyone has guessed correctly.
Not saying to use a Google form. I could theoretically do that. Is your number one game hard to guess?
I don't want to say it.
Okay.
How could one say?
How could one say?
Is
How?
it hard or is it easy? I'm an open book, you know?
I think you're enjoying this puzzle because I think you think no one's gonna guess. I think you think no one's gonna guess your number one game, and I think you could look up my favorite games and you will find my number one game. So I think
Things change.
What?
One time, I think once upon a time, your number one game was Gloomhaven.
Was
Is
no,
that true?
it was never Gloomhaven. Gloomhaven got to number 3, which was
Pretty
that was
close.
a good year for Gloomhaven. But
Okay.
I think the problem is while I am quick to put things into my top 100 if they're good. I am not that quick to put them in the top 50, but they do enter the top 50. There are always new games in my top 50 when they it certainly happens. But even the top 50 is still a little harder. Top 10 has happened, but it's incredibly rare. But number 1 has never been a new game. It's always been something that I already love.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying, it's
Well,
like
you heard it here, folks.
if you think it's worth me creating a Google form, like we can talk about it. Let's talk about it off stream.
Okay. Either way, guys, I think it's really exciting. I think it's something that's exciting to speculate because as we get closer and closer, I don't know. I've been seeing people guess, and I'm very excited.
I think Meg has chosen a game that's like, I don't know, what's that monkey game? The chaining monkeys in a barrel. I think
I think it was Dice Miner. So
yeah. I think that's what I'm saying. I think it's something like Dice Miner, where you're like looking at some sort of obscure choice.
What monkey game, Jungo?
No, monkeys in a barrel.
I would never pick that.
I'm saying. I think my point is.
That's dexterity.
Dexterity. I'm exaggerating, but my point is more that I think you have some obscure game, and like anyone guessing Final
But
Girl
that's what makes it crazy and exciting.
I know, but I think that's what you're getting high on the fact that you're gonna blow people's
Let
mind.
everyone go. They want to go.
Okay.
They're like, I heard a game giveaway and it got taken away. I'm gonna go.
I will see you later.
Okay.
Anyways, in the next 2 hours, so we can go live. Obviously.
Sure.
Yeah.
Bye.
Great. Bye. All right, I'm gonna wrap things up. The problem is now I can't because now Cal's sleeping on my arm, and that means I can't leave. I can't leave. Cal just came over and slept on my arm. All right, I'm just gonna hang out here, guys. I could do stuff, I guess, or I could just pet the cat. What do you guys do when a cat comes over and sleeps on you? Because like, I have all these glorious plans of like, I'm going to finish timestamping this video and then I'm going to go do this. And then like 20 seconds before the end of timestamping the video, a cat comes and sits in my lap. And I'm like, well, I can't get up now. And so then I start timestamping the next video. Fortunately, I can pivot generally. My husband uses the on-the-arm excuses to not do dishes. Your husband is right. I'm not playing an accountability game to anyone else. I'm saying I cancel my own plans for the cats. Because if they're on my lap for half an hour, I will do the things and then finish. That's totally fine. The issue I have is when they come over, like, just before they know I'm about to pivot. They know I'm about to switch something else and they come over right away. You're their bed now. That's not wrong. I will validate Chad when he's right. I have never been shy about disagreeing with Chad. I am not shy about disagreeing with anyone. But if Chad's right, Chad's right. And Cal, like right now, Cal's my favorite. Because look at his face. He trusts me. By the way, Elfie and Mogget are freaking little terrors when it comes to like things like clipping their nails or anything that requires any form of like things against their will. But Cal, like, Siberians are long hairs, so this is unpleasant for people who aren't cat owners. But Siberians are long hairs, which means most of the time it's delightful and they're cute and they're amazing. Sometimes it means they got poop in their butt. And the poop, like, it's like, will get stuck in their long hair. Like, that does happen. It's infrequent, but it does happen. Cal will let me get, like, he'll just be like, okay, I understand you're helping me, so I will sit still and let you do what you need to do. Mogget and Elfie are freaking terrors. Do any of your cats? What is this? Do any of your cats fetch? No, but I was okay. So when I got Cal, I was pretty good about trying to train him at first. Then I got 2 more cats way too quickly, and any sense of training went out the window because I was trying to focus on just keep up, not train. So anything to do with training was, I was doing well for the first month or 2 with Cal, and then I got other guys, and now it's gone. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead. I've given him his attention. I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you all for being here. We'll be back with more lives at some point. I have 4 cats, and they love falling asleep with me all at once sometimes. I refuse to have a cat in the home. If that happened, it would trigger an event. Okay. I'll see you guys.